Hi, everybody. This is Chris,
And this is Matt.
and we belong to the city, the concrete under our feet.
That's a good lead in. I like that one.
Like that one?
Yeah.
We're talking about Kikstart today
Yeah. Kickstart with a K.
with a K,
Inexplicably.
inexplicably.
No idea why that's there. Why it's
No.
it fits on the box better.
Maybe I mean, I think it also helps it stand out from if you actually spelled Kickstart correctly.
Right.
Like if I tried to Google, I mean, this was pre-Google, but if I tried to Google Kickstart with the CK,
That is true.
that would be a whole thing. So
You know,
maybe
one
they
thing
were from the future.
I did notice when Googling this game that when you Google Kickstart, you get a lot of information about Kickstart 2.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's way fucking better. Google's like, oh, surely you don't want
You don't
Kickstart
want
1
one, you
because
want
that's
2.
fucking miserable. You want Kickstart 2, which is like slightly better.
Have you tried to?
No,
Hmm.
I imagine we'll play it because it's Mastertronic, and you seem to be making us play a lot of Mastertronic games lately.
Well, so, okay. First off, if you're joining us for the first time, we are just going to talk about Kickstart. We are not reviewing Kickstart, are we, Matt?
No, and when I said it was fucking terrible or whatever, that was just me expressing an emotion. That's not
Yes.
a necessarily a commentary on the quality of the game
No.
because it's fine. It's
And I
it's
will have my own opinion about it that we will talk about shortly.
yes.
But what I was going to say is why I wanted to get that out of the way. When I picked this, I was surprised it was Mastertronic.
Oh, you didn't know it was
I
Mastertronic when you
didn't
picked
know
it?
it was Mastertronic.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah.
for me, every Mastertronic game I played also had some sort of ZX Spectrum, ZX Spectrum counterpart.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've told you before, I look at a game and I can tell, oh, you came from the ZX Spectrum. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
totally. Yeah. It
There's
is
a
very
color
distinct.
theme, there's a
Yep.
sprite layout. It's just, you can tell that this came from there. And I knew this didn't. And it didn't have ZX Spectrum. It had an Atari 8-bit C16 plus 4, which how often have we said that computer on here? Like this may be the
Right.
first. And a Commodore 64.
Mm-hmm. I played Commodore, obviously.
As did I. Although looking at the colors, I kind of want to go back and play the Atari 8-bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They look kind of cool. So yeah, my first surprise was that it was Mastertronic. And
Yes. So if you're not familiar, Mastertronic is known for budget games.
right.
And they're usually like not terribly in depth. They're bite-sized chunks of fun for you to have with a friend at a sleepover. That's like what Mastertronic
Yeah.
games are.
They were great for the time because in a lot of cases that's what you wanted when you were hanging out with friends and playing some of these. You wanted something you'd play for 15 minutes, half an hour, and then you're like, okay, on to International Karate, on to Moon Patrol, on to
Right.
something else. And being a kid and you could afford $2 for a game,
Totally.
that's what these were, and that was perfect.
You got to like flip through the box of discs, like, oh, what's on this one? And like it's unlabeled and clearly pirated. Like, let put it in. Oh, it's my Kickstart disc. Let's fucking play
What
Kickstart
I
until we want to
loved,
kill
how
ourselves.
many pirated discs did you have as a kid?
Oh, probably. I mean, I probably had 20,
I
not
had
like
more than that.
hundreds.
And
I
I
know you
knew
did.
from looking at them what every disc was.
I know. Wasn't that the best experience?
Like they
You'd like
weren't
find
labeled, but I'm
one
like,
with
oh,
this.
it's Moon Patrol.
Yep. It's not labeled. It's just like scratched off in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like the sticker gunk looks a certain way.
The
so
wear
you
of your
know.
fingers going in and out of the drive. You're like, that's Moon
Mhm.
Patrol and Spy Hunter. Put that baby in.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was great because you'd have multiple games on a disc, and sometimes you'd like forget some of the games that were on there, and you'd go like pop it in. Oh,
Oh, that game. Let's do that when we're done with this. Yeah, no.
yeah.
Perfect. So Mastertronic did budget. They did eventually do their Mastertronic added dimension games, their MAD games that were a little more money, little higher quality, but yeah, mostly Mastertronic is these budget games like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this game is, I'm trying to figure out how to describe the gameplay, but it's run 3 laps over 3 courses. So 3 total laps. You can pick 3 courses. You can pick them all be the same course, which is what I recommend. And just try to get the best time you can.
Yeah. So before I got on, my son was like, "Oh, what game are you talking about?" And I was like, "Kikstart." He's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Well, do you remember Excite Bike for the Nintendo?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, it's like that, but not fun." Because Excite Bike is a rip roaring good time. I guess
Okay.
I'm being overly critical about this game.
You are definitely being the Russian judge in this one. That's okay.
Yeah, I think the thing to know about this game is that it's not a rip roaring, balls out racing extravaganza. You know, you're not going to be on the edge of your seat. And that's kind of what I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be this kind of balancy game, like all those flash games, kind of. But really, it's about like, careful speed control and like jump timing.
Yeah. It's a very technical game in terms of what you do as a player. And like you're ditching on it. And I'm having a hard time because on one hand, I completely agree. On the other hand, I can't help but like this game.
When it's going well, it's you feel good,
Right.
like a lot.
Yeah.
And that's because it's going so well such a slim minority of the time.
If you can, so one, like we've taken crap in the past for you didn't like the game because you weren't good at it. I am not good at this game.
Me neither.
I am not. But the other thing to that is I got better.
Right.
And that I think is the key to a really good game. It's that easy to learn, difficult to master. This is a pain in the ass to master, but you can.
The first step of this game is accepting that it's
not easy.
Yeah. It's hard. The pace is not fast. It's about executing the courses perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And then like once you learn that when the ground looks like this, I slow down. When I come across this obstacle, I jump it. When I come across this one, I drive over it slowly. Then you can move on to like improving your time. But yeah, the first step is just kind of accepting what this game is and what it's not.
Yeah, and it's definitely a course memorization thing too. Like you have to see all the obstacles, try them, figure out, okay, I've got to come off this one like this. I've got to jump here, even though it might look like I've got to jump here. And just fine tune it till you can do the course quickly. So I don't know if you're into that sort of thing. Here's your game.
And that really, though, to me, was the reason that I found this game so frustrating, because I am, in all things that I do, I am a fail fast kind of person.
Yes, you are.
I throw myself at something, I fail over and over again. I don't stop to think. I just like keep doing it. And I've built a pretty successful career on that. And it works for me.
Yeah.
But the problem with Kikstart is that the barrier to entry is quite high. And the failure method is agonizing. I hate falling off the bike in Kikstart. It takes 1,000 years. And then it does, which they had no choice, but the way that they put you back on the course is to push you forward and then dump you back on the next obstacle. And when they do that, sometimes you're kind of just fucked
Yeah,
because of
you can
where
if
you get
you
back in.
screw up in the wrong spot, you can get hosed for a long time. Like you might get stuck behind a long obstacle and just have to ride, and then it goes into a jump where you're not going to have the time to speed up to do the jump.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I would rather just like they just say fuck you buddy, restart the whole lap. It would be easier because then you get the flow between the
Hmm.
obstacles, you know.
I think there should have been a setting maybe. Because on one
Hmm.
hand, I get what you're saying. Like I'd rather fail, kick back, and really practice that first bit until I get it right. But on the other hand, never seeing the whole course would suck.
Hmm.
And just grinding the first 30 seconds or 3 seconds in this game's case
Yeah.
would be like, no, I don't want to play that. Letting you fail and then keep moving on, I think, is kind of a generous thing. But I do see where, like, if I want to really get good at this, let me fail and just kick back to the start. I
Hmm.
mean, you can do that in modern emulators with like a quick save state.
Yeah, right. You could kludge that, and
Yeah.
like it's not, with emulators it's not bad to just restart it
Mm-mm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But I uh man, I hate the noise it makes. I hate how long it takes. I hate getting pushed down the track not knowing exactly when I'm going to dump back onto everything. It really was frustrating, and because I spent a lot of time just trying to get an understanding of how not to fall, it really, really frustrated me.
I had a long time trying to learn how not to fall, and then I read the directions, and that was a huge change for me. Like if
They
I
do
had picked
help.
this up as a hacked thing, I I probably would have never played it more than once. But
Hmm. Right, because it gives you like the hint that seems obvious now, but like you got to slow down for some of this stuff
yeah,
because, you know, it's not where the mind goes when you tell me you're going to put me on a motorcycle and
yeah,
like,
I'm going on a motorcycle. Sometimes I got to go slow. Like that's not an intuitive. It's like how can I go balls out and make all the jumps is what you want to do.
right,
And
that's not what Kickstart
yeah,
is. And another thing I'll say too, my they want you to play this fucker two players.
yes,
And Kickstart 2, there's a CPU player, but
mm-hmm.
like you can see here,
There's a
half your
screen
screen
diagram. Yeah,
is, yeah, it's for two players. So
mm-hmm.
if you're playing this with a friend, and like I'll bet that's a lot of fun
Right.
because you can like you
You both
feel
suck.
something about, yeah, about, but who's better? Because when it's
Right.
just you, you're just like, well, I'm just like, I'm shit. What am I doing with my life? Like this, no one's gonna watch this YouTube show.
Right.
It's just like failure after failure, and there's nothing like
Well,
good about it.
you
But
say
if,
no one's going to watch it, but this was Mastertronic's best-selling game.
hmm,
So,
Kickstart 1,
yeah.
I didn't know.
So, maybe
Maybe.
there's a huge Kickstart community out there.
Oh God. Well, I'm sorry.
You should be. Probably said the developer's dead too.
The developer, by the way, because we usually talk about this, and
Yeah.
I was just like so pissed off that I just had to launch into it. Sean Southern,
Yep.
he did a bunch of Mastertronic games.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of things. He did POD, Proof of Destruction, awesome name.
Yes.
He did Supercars 1 and 2, some like kind of race car games. And he worked on Diary Girl organized chat play every day for the Nintendo DS, which
Interesting.
is like a diary application for the Nintendo DS for targeted toward young girls. And I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
With mini games, and you can like write what your mood was.
Yeah.
I would love to go back and find my Diary Girl Nintendo DS, whatever they come on. Like, oh yeah, it was rainy and I was sad on this day.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the company that was originally Mr. Chip's software and became Magnetic Fields.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Mr. Chip references in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you noticed.
Yes.
Yeah, what is the deal with Mr. Chip? That was like a company?
It was the company, and is its developer. Its best known developers were Sean Southern and Andrew Morris.
Okay.
Can I find out more about Andrew Morris? No, I
Yeah,
can't
do
find
it.
out more about Andrew.
Oh, dude, Sean Southers on LinkedIn.
Oh well.
I'm connecting as we speak. Yeah, he looks like a nice guy. He really does. All right. Well, I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm betting like 0 on my LinkedIn celebrity gaming requests and my
You didn't get. Oh man.
Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine.
She never accepted my LinkedIn request,
She
nor have any
accepted
of the.
mine.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe she did. Maybe she did.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
I'll
thought
check.
she did. I thought she.
Yeah,
did.
I think we've talked. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta know. Yeah, she did. She did. We're linked in.
We're linked. All right.
Okay.
Touch
But
and
none
go
of
there,
the
touch and go
none
there.
of the husbands from Wife Swap have accepted my LinkedIn invitations.
Well,
Like that's an elite network
yeah.
of employees.
I'm sorry you didn't have a good time with this. I think I hated it the first day I played it, and then I came back and started falling in love with it. But
You have to dedicate time to this.
Mhm.
I did. I started to like it more as I got better at it. But again, I was so frustrated by the experience of falling off.
Yeah.
And one, by the way, like it's not like it clicks and then suddenly you're awesome and you never fall off and then it's all about time. No, you keep falling off.
Mhm.
Like I maybe you got better at it than I did, judging from this video, not really. But um I definitely like even when I was like, okay, I get this now. I did still fall off quite a bit.
This video is the first time I played any tracks after the first level.
Oh yeah.
So all of these are fresh coming in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at the beginning, and this was also part of my sideways look at it when I first sat down with it, was like there's one track. Like it's not obvious how to change tracks because it starts you at the
Yeah.
high score screen and you got to hit like F3 to go to options, and then you hit numbers to pick what tracks you want, and you pick the last one first. And
Right.
yeah, I mean,
And I will say, like, if you're interested in this, I wouldn't recommend just bouncing through the tracks all willy nilly. I would say pick one, like get used to playing it, and then branch out from there because, like you said, it is important that you kind of know what's coming.
go through all of them once or twice to find one you enjoyed. Like there's one with a ramp that's really fun. Like they've like find one you get a kick out of, and then
Hmm.
get good at that, and then go to the other tracks because you'll find that helps with them.
Yeah.
And some are just brutal. It's just that simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these jumps I like never got.
Mm-mm.
Like I just couldn't get the timing right. I couldn't get the transitions between the jumps right. So like there's definitely if you like this, there's a lot of replayability and a lot of challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, learning what jumps you jump and what jumps you just roll off of, and which ones you have to have a wheelie on and which ones you don't, and how long you can hold a wheelie, because if you hold it too long, you fall over from
You
that.
fall, yeah. Yep.
That jump there surprised me that you could bounce up those. I was like, really?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's only three buttons,
yeah,
which is a little confusing because I thought there would be four. There's the button makes you jump, and then there's speed up, slow down, and wheelie,
yeah.
right?
So that's
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, but the down doesn't do
Down doesn't
anything.
do anything. So yeah, there's 3 directions. I see what you're saying. Yeah, down doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
What would you hope down would do?
Tilt down.
Like do a front wheelie.
Yeah, like, because, you know,
Yeah, because you
you
do
kind
want
of
to
want
like
to,
succumb down on some ramps that way. Like you want to go
yeah.
up and come down. I can see
But it's
that.
not like that.
It's not
That's
like
not what you're doing here.
No. How would you fix it? Would you just make it more of a balls out racer game, or would you try to save any of the tactical aspects of it?
I I think if you made it a balls out racing game, it's not
It's not
Kickstart
Kickstart.
anymore. Yeah, like that. Those games exist.
Yeah.
The trick with Kickstart is just you have to understand that's not what it is. So I think if I were going to fix it, I would just fix the falling off the bike mechanic, and I would make it like a lot quicker.
Yeah. It might make sense to, instead of pushing you forward, roll you back 5 seconds.
Right.
See,
Or
it's
something.
Yeah, it's funny how you're like, my strategy is always fail fast. Just push as hard as I can, fail as many times, learn what I can. Where I am a paranoid, overthink it. So this is my jam, kind of.
Yeah, right. Right. I like the thought of slowing down in a motorcycle game to me was just like, I can't do it. I'm
Yeah.
never going to be able to do this.
Yeah, because it's not about. It is a race, but it's an obstacle course first. Where Excite Bike is a race with some ramps.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you can fall in Excite Bike, but it's like
can,
not
but-
really.
Yeah.
You have to like really be a fuck up.
Yeah, it's about landing the jumps right. And there's some that are technical in there, like they deliberately put something so you've got to be pointed down when you're landing. But yeah, for the most part, as long as your bike comes and hits correctly, you're going to be fine in this. Where this is go slow here, go fast here, wheelie here, do the hop here, don't do the hop here, do this kind of hop here. And
Right.
sort of, it's, I don't want to say it's a puzzle game, but kinda like
Yeah. You learn it. Like this is a game where you are learning the course. It's
Right.
not just like a reflex test or anything
Right.
like that.
Like, yeah, if there was like a random course where it just kept throwing new obstacles at you, like, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool too, I think. But yeah, it would change the nature of the game.
Kickstart 2 has a level
Design.
builder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would probably be pretty fun. Like Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm betting they learned a lot of lessons from one. And
Yeah.
it's not surprising that it got a second. Because even if you didn't necessarily, even if this isn't your kind of game, it's pretty solidly made for a C64 game.
There's good bones. Like
Yeah.
it moves fine, you know.
Animation's all smooth. I never felt like the bike did something I didn't want it to do. I wish it hopped more sometimes, but that's me. Like it hops the same amount.
Right.
Like it's a speed and other thing.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I don't know. Give me some power ups or something.
just some power ups. Speed
Oh,
boost.
power ups. Yeah. God, no. That's
Along
like
the
the
way.
last.
There's just little cans of flaming hot Mountain Dew, and you just catch it.
Oh, pukes giving. Nasty.
Oh,
I one of my coworkers drank the
flaming hot Mountain Dew. What
Dew.
did he say?
He said it's just like regular Mountain Dew, but it makes your throat like burn a little bit. He was not impressed.
I think it was Code Red when they kind of jumped the shark.
Right. Code Red was cool.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
And then after then it just got crazy.
Yeah.
The reason this came up is because of the Oreo Ritz mashup where they like made 1,000 boxes of Oreos, but one of the Oreo cookies is a Ritz cracker, and like people went fucking crazy about
Really?
them, and like probably people got pushed down at your local grocery store for them or something.
Oh my god. Weird. Okay.
Yeah. And so then we were talking about, you know, how crazy food has gotten.
Yeah, no. I'm glad I kind of got out of that. I don't like where junk food is anymore.
I know. It's
It's
just
a
gotten
little
too
old man yelling at
diffused.
cloud right now, but
Yeah. Well, that's what we are.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, but back to the game. Back to the game.
Oh, okay.
Would it be better if we put guns on
um, what's there to shoot? Yeah, of course it would be, but
I
there's
don't know.
still nothing to shoot.
We'll put things in to shoot too. I was trying to work
Yeah.
in how we'd talk about auto duel, and I'm like, well, we'd have to put guns on.
Oh,
the
yeah,
fight.
that's right. Yeah. Auto duel. No, I mean, again, like I was hard on it, but I do acknowledge that the
It's a good game that's not your game.
the experience definitely improves as you play it more. That's absolutely true. I just happen to be very in touch with that frustration of getting good at it.
And here's the thing, don't know how to kind of give the game either credit or not credit for. By the way, this is going to be an interesting watch here on this part of it. Like, I'm normally not one for kick you in the balls right away gameplay, because where's the fun in that? You know what I mean? Like, but this was definitely a game where if I, put some time in it, I'd really enjoy it. And to some extent, it goes back to, if it's the only game you had, you'd play it and you'd get good at it. And unlike other games we say that about, you'd eventually have fun.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel like you wasted your money.
No, especially not with the Mastertronic $1.99 job.
Yeah, for this being $2, well spent. Well spent. I'd spend $2 on this. I'd spend $2 on this today.
Yeah, I like, as harsh as I'm being, I probably would too, because it's you get some flow.
Yeah,
you get some flow going, and that feels good.
And sometimes you land in the drink, and
oftentimes you land in the drink.
So we'll probably stop this video here, but this level 8 was completely busted for me.
I'm seeing that.
Like, it just would throw me at things, kill me, and then throw me down, and I'd 99 out.
Yeah.
Like, it stops you at 99.
It's like, we got to end this now. No, this is an embarrassment.
Like, I don't know what's going on with you, but just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I wasn't even past the thing, and it's like, nope, you're dead. Why?
Yeah, I see that. Like, it's totally screwed up.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to remember if mine was like this. I definitely played every one of the levels. I don't remember this happening. I
tried a couple different versions of this because I hate seeing hacked games where they overwrite the author's names. Like, I understand at this stage, this is how we're going to see some of these old games, and that's fine. I'd rather have a different way of getting it, but I don't, so whatever.
Yeah.
If you are an old developer watching this show and you have rights to some of your games, put them on itch for $1. Like, people will buy the, ROM file, the tape file, the DAT file.
Yeah.
Well, I'm willing, like I said, I'm willing to throw another $2 to own this game legit. And
yeah,
people are still making Commodore games. People are still making Apple II, as you've seen from some of our stuff. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I hate when they overwrite the creators' names. Like,
yeah, just like,
I get you want credit for hacking it because that was a trick, but don't take other people's credit away.
Put your little splash screen up for a second. Like, I'll give you credit where credit's due. A lot of them have like menus where you can override game functionality and like fix bugs and
trainers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that. Just give us your little splash screen.
Yeah.
Hacked by, the Gibson.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just do it. It's fine.
EagleSoft was huge on Commodore. I had so many EagleSoft games.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right.
What was your peak and pit?
Oh, my peak and pit. Yeah, I think we've missed this the last couple times.
I know.
My pit was this level 8 that doesn't work. My peak was right after I read the directions and got a sub 50 second lap
Hmm.
and felt just incredible. I never did it again, but one time.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what my story is. So my pit was definitely the first time I booted this up, having not read the directions,
Yeah.
and like just I'm just like, well, how hard could it be? I'm just gonna jump in,
Yeah.
you
It's a
know.
Commodore joystick. It's 4 directions and a button. I'll figure it
Right.
out. Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. It was just like falling over and over again, and
Mm-hmm.
so then I slowed down, and then like probably I don't remember what my time was, but I had some runs where I fell like once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
and that felt really awesome
Yeah.
because it's just hard.
You hit some of those weirder jumps and you feel like you've actually accomplished something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Even if you accidentally do well,
Right.
it still feels good
It doesn't
because like
matter. Take it.
once you get your sea legs, you're like you can kind of fail. You can like fall
Mm-hmm.
through it and be successful even if you're not like
Right.
consciously doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think
I think
that's all
that's,
I have to
yeah.
say about Kickstart.
Yeah, kind of me too. So let's do one of
Except
those.
my LinkedIn request, Sean. I'm sorry I said all that stuff about your game.
All right. If you remember from last time, next game is Attack of the Fandom Karate Devils. I can't wait.
Oh,
Don't say anything. Just
yeah. I'm not
mwah.
gonna.
It's gonna be
It's
so good. This I can't wait to feel your rage pour through.
it's madness. That's all.
I have a ton to say about it too. So it's not one of those where Matt's gonna go, it sucks, and then we're gonna go, and next time.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot to talk about this game.
Possibly the best title
Right?
of any video game ever.
And I love the cover.
I know it's so great. That red guy in the red background.
Yeah. Oh god. I already want to stop talking. Okay, so we're gonna just
Yep. Yep.
we're gonna
Moving
move
on.
on.
Moving
Gonna
on.
move on. So in case you haven't noticed, we're doing sort of shorter themed games lately due to our schedules, but we are still wanting to maybe sneak like an RPG in there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Telengard.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's do it.
I think
Yeah.
this is just what we need to kind of little RPG action, but nothing too serious. Let's
Hmm.
play some Telengard.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. On that note, unless there's something else to say,
No, I think I'm
thank
done.
everybody for watching. Don't know why you did. Crack yourself a flaming hot Mountain Dew and enjoy your evening.
Yep. Settle in for the night.
Settle in for the night. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Big thank you to all of you watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, suggesting games, commenting on our videos, or supporting us on Patreon. We appreciate all of your support and look forward to sharing many more videos with you. Thank you again.